Hello, Patriots, and welcome back to another episode of Mason Cable News. I'm your host, Ryan Petrus.
And I'm Jalaa Brown. Coming up, Mason has recently released updated details about in person graduation and will let you know what to expect. Plus, the Board of Visitors met today, and we now have a look at next semester's tuition, all this, and a Mason sports update. Our weekly weather outlook and some local events you may not have heard of are coming up soon. First, though, we have some upcoming events you may be interested in.
Are you a ping pong master or just looking to improve your game? Tuesday, April 6th is World Table Tennis Day. To celebrate, the Student Center is having all day free play on ping pong at the Corner Pocket. Free play will be from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. For more information, visit Mason 360.
Are you an aspiring environmental scientist or policymaker? On Friday, April 2nd, Environmental Science and Policy is hosting a science policy career panel from 3 to 5 p.m. Students will have the opportunity to have a discussion and ask questions to 6 scientists who have transitioned to the government and private sector, and they will be discussing how they still use their scientific skills to help shape and draft policies that affect the nation. Students will have the opportunity to learn how new career opportunities that require strong analytical skills and see the wide variety of career options out there. Registration can be found on Mason 360.
Do you have a final paper coming up that you need a little extra help on? On Friday, April 2nd, the Writing Center is hosting a virtual workshop on strategies for revising a draft. This workshop focuses on techniques you can use to check your drafts for big picture concerns like content development, line of argument, and organization. You can also pick up some strategies such as proofreading and editing. This workshop will be from 12 p.m. to 1:15 p.m. on Zoom. You can register on Mason 360.
On Wednesday, April 7th, Student Support and Advocacy Center is hosting a Recovery Alley workshop from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. During the workshop, students will receive the tools to support the recovery from alcohol and or drug abuse. The workshop will myths and stigma regarding addiction and recovery and will present the resources available to you at Mason and in the community. Registration and more information can be found on Mason 360. We will now turn it over to Stone Mueller for a look at some fun things to do in the area. Stone?
Hello, Patriots. I hope you're enjoying your day today. With today being the first day in April, we have a little more than 1 month left before the semester ends. Here are some fun activities to give you a little break and get you through the last stretch of the semester. With the turn into spring, you can now visit Burke Lake Park, just a few minutes from campus. You can hang out near the lake and watch the beautiful trees as they start to blossom, or take a nice walk or run around the trails. For baseball fans, today is opening day of the MLB season. You can either catch a game in person or on TV all season long. And for those who want to catch a Washington Nationals game, the home opener is now on April the 9th against the LA Dodgers. Seeing is limited due to COVID though, so make sure to check online and get your tickets early. That's all for me this week, Patriots. Back to you, Jayla and Ryan.
Thank you, Stone. As you mentioned, the semester is wrapping up in just over a month, and with that comes graduation. Earlier this semester, students were told graduation would be completely virtual and come in a very similar form to the ceremony in the fall. But with Ralph Northam changing Virginia guidelines and other Virginia schools announcing in-person ceremonies, Mason has made a decision to go forward with a hybrid model. For the spring 2021 graduating class, plus all 2020 graduates, 2 new opportunities are now on the table. Option 1 is the Patriot Procession. This will allow students and up to 8 guests to have their moment on stage and to take various photos on the
The second option is what Mason is dubbing the mini ceremony. This will be the closest option to a traditional graduation. Taking place outside of Eagle Bank Arena, each academic college will have 1 hour ceremony with brief congratulatory remarks, followed by the reading of graduates' names as they cross the stage. There will be no formal procession or recession though. These ceremonies will take place on May 14th, and students are limited to bringing 3 guests.
Graduating students are only allowed to participate in one of these operations. If you are graduating and want to participate, make sure to check your email. A survey has been sent out asking for your preference, and it is due by April 16th. We will now turn it over to our weatherman, Jack Dunne, with his weekly weather report. Jack?
Good evening, Mason. Today was a chilly start to April as the temperatures only made it into the upper 40s today. Tonight will be chilly with a mix of clouds and sun, with additionally a mix of sprinkles, and even a couple flurries could mix in. The low tomorrow morning will be around 25 degrees. Unfortunately for the flurries, we shouldn't expect any measurable precipitation. Oh well, but it is April, so yeah. Tomorrow will also be chilly with a high of 46 degrees, although it won't be quite as windy and we should still see plenty of sun. Saturday morning's temperature will also be around 25 degrees. Saturday will be a little bit warmer, but still on the cool side with a high of 56, and there should still be plenty of sun. As for Easter Sunday, it will be mostly clear with the high in the mid 60s. Monday will also be mostly clear with the high in the upper 60s. We should see a few more clouds on Tuesday, although there still will be plenty of sunshine. The high should be in the low 70s. Wednesday will be partly cloudy with a high near 70 degrees. Hope everyone has a good week. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jack. Mason's tuition and student fees have been on a steady rise in the previous years, but we just got news that might make a few of you happy. Announced at the Board of Visitors meeting just a couple of hours ago, they are officially recommending a $0 increase for undergraduate tuition. As a downside for graduate students, though, a $441 increase is in the works. On the side of student fees, we are once again going to see another rise at $105.77 for undergraduate and graduate students, respectively. And for those who live in on-campus housing, we are once again looking at a housing price increase, with the average change being about 4.5%, or around $540. This all may come as good news for those off-campus undergraduate students, but if you plan to live on campus or are a graduate student, make sure to watch your budget next semester.
We will now turn it over to Oscar Avelar with this week's sports update. Oscar?
Hey guys, it's that time again for the Mason Sports Recap. Let's get right to it. Men's volleyball defeated St. Francis last weekend, winning 3-2 on Friday and 3-0 on Saturday. Junior Richie Hoff recorded 20 kills and 3 aces over both games. The team seeks revenge over Penn State when they welcome them to Eagle Bank Arena. The Patriots lost both away games against them a month ago. The games begin at 7 p.m. on Friday and Saturday at Eagle Bank Arena. Women's volleyball finished off George Washington in 4 sets thanks to an offensive onslaught by the Patriots. Freshman Caitlin Clark recorded a career-high 5 aces to complement the Patriots' season-high 11 aces in a game. In addition, junior Katie Parmalee's 10 blocks and 10 kills in this game, as well as her performance against LaSalle in the game prior, earned her an A10 Defensive Player of the Week. The baseball team went 1-3 against Towson in 4 matchups over the weekend. However, in the 9-inning game at Spuyler Field, the Patriots won it on a walk-off 2-run homer, courtesy of graduate student Cooper Maroka, to end at 9-8. The Patriots look to improve their record of 4-11 when they face the St. Bonaventure Bonnies here at Spuyler Field. They will play 4 games over the weekend with a 7-inning doubleheader on Saturday at noon. Both men and women's soccer teams lost to Davidson over the weekend 0-3 and 0-1 respectively. Both teams take on the George Washington Colonials, with the men traveling to D.C. for their matchup on Saturday, and the women hosting GW at George Mason Stadium on Sunday, both at 1 p.m. That'll do it for this week's recap, Patriots. Catch you on the next one.
With the two big announcements from today about tuition plus fees changes and in-person graduation, there's a lot of mixed feelings going around. Ryan, how do you feel about these announcements, and do you think Mason made the right call?
Well, on the graduation, I'm a little on the fence because last month we got that survey that said if we want to take the vaccine or not. So I don't know if they'll prioritize the graduate students and then do the graduation ceremony or what the plan is because you have to wait 2 weeks after your doses to be considered fully vaccinated. So I'm unclear about how those instructions are going to go. But what do you think, Jayla?
That'll be really interesting trying to see how everyone, everyone's getting the vaccine at different times. I haven't gotten my vet, but I don't know about other students on campus. People get it quicker than others, so that'll be interesting with how that plays into graduation.
Yes, it will. And
So how do
on
you feel about
the student fees and tuitions, how do you feel about that?
Well, I know tuition has gone up. It's kind of crazy, but I Mason, we've been off campus for a while, so I know prices have to go up. Certain income isn't coming in, but it can get a little expensive. How do you feel?
I understand on the graduate students part, but I'm feeling a little bit sad for them that they have to pay extra money on top of it, but also where's the money going to come from?
Right.
And with that, Mason, thank you for tuning in today, Patriots. You can keep up with news on and off campus if you follow us on Instagram at NCN on TV, on Twitter and Facebook at Mason Cable Network, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Ryan Petrus.
And I'm Jalaa Brown. Have a great day, Patriots.